How you doing, Andy?
Mate, you all right?
Yeah, I'm brilliant. Thanks for coming on. Good luck with the film. Incredible. What was it like for you to get to play Alfred Pennyworth, and how did you get to put your own spin on this character?
I adored playing him for two reasons. One, Matt Reeves had written him as in a really interesting, new kind of fresh way, and also get to play opposite Rob Pattinson, who I just think is the most extraordinary Batman. And who plays him in such a nuanced, multi-layered way as Bruce, going through all of this, angst and self-loathing and then the power of watching him when he becomes Batman. But I mean, and I think that's what was so exciting for me, was to take the role on in year two, where it's still a sort of forming Batman, and it's not, and Alfred and he aren't side by side facing the world. They're actually at odds with each other, because Alfred is unable to be the mentor that he has been up to this point, because of Bruce pulling away from him and rejecting him, and that kind of schism in the relationship was really fresh and new and really exciting to play. And seeing someone like Alfred, who is all about, he's an ex-soldier, MI5, close protection officer, security to the Wayne estate, and having not been there for Bruce in his hour of need, and carrying that guilt, and then now seeing his ward sort of pushing against him, it was a really beautifully complex sort of relationship.
Yeah. And Alfred's quite important from the DC lore. Like, he's brought up Bruce Wayne as a child and sort of helped shape him to who he's becoming now.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's sort of, the things that he once thought he could share with Bruce at this point in our story, that they no longer play. So it's a really interesting version, I think.
Yeah. Now, the Riddler is one menacing and cool character in this one. Do you have any favorite Batman villains you own from childhood or to now?
Yeah, I mean, I always, loved the Riddler and the Penguin, and those two in particular were my favourites. So it's great to see them being played by such great actors. I mean, Colin Farrell knocks it out of the park. So does Paul Dano. They're both wonderful in their roles.
They've done such a great job on Colin. You don't even recognise him. They're so amazing, the makeup on that.
Yeah, incredible.
What would Andy Serkis have if he was building his own Batcave now? What would you put in there? What would you like to play around with as your own gadgets?
My own gadgets. I'd like to be able to make entire movies with LED screens in my Batcave, and just bring people in and have people over and just make an entire movie there.
Oh, we're not far off from that. That's all going on now. So you could.
Oh, I know. I just got to get it small enough to fit in my garage. That's all.
Now, I think you've been asked this in another interview, but I've done my twist on it. You've conquered Lord of the Rings, Marvel, now DC. Is there any other franchise you would like to be involved in, or what sort of characters down the line?
Wow, that's so difficult. I really must formulate an answer for this, because I keep getting asked it. I'm sure there's something out there. Let's see. I'd like to play a Bond villain.
Would you? I think you could suit a Bond villain quite well.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think you're the man for that one. Finally, what is your favourite Batman gadget? Like, what would you really like to toy with? The Batmobile or any of his cool stuff?
I love the Batmobile in this movie. It's really kick-ass. It's fantastic. No, I'd like to drive that, and I'd actually like to park it outside my house.
Brilliant, Andy. What a pleasure. I wish you the success with this film, and can't wait for more, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All the best.
Take care. Thank you.